Hello, I'm going to show you how to do the questions that come after question 8 on your worksheet today. And to do these questions, you have to remember what you've learned already today. You have to remember that each compound is neutral overall. That means every compound doesn't have a charge overall. And you have to remember that copper chloride has a formula CuCl2. That means there's one copper atom and two chlorine atoms in the compound. So let's look at that. Remember, this is neutral overall. There's no overall charge. The chlorides have minus charges or -1, but the copper, to balance that out, has +2 plus charges. And so overall, this is neutral. And that's going to allow us to figure out the charges on every other compound that we see on the periodic chart, or at least help us. Your job today is going to be to write the formula for these compounds. It's going to be to write a particle diagram like I did right here, and then you have to tell me the charge on each element. All right, and so I'm going to do the first one or first couple for you. 1 calcium and 2 chlorine is the next compound. You need to write first the formula. So that's going to be pretty easy. You're going to write Ca, then you're going to write, okay, we got 2 chlorine, so that'd be Cl2. And then, of course, you got to make this one small here. So there I go make it small. And that was control comma, remember? And then I go over here and write control comma again so that it gets big. All right, now I'm going to insert a drawing of calcium chloride with the charges. So you have to make the particle diagram. I'm going to insert that by going to drawing. I'm going to go to new, and it's calcium, 1 calcium and 2 chlorine. I got to remember that. It's going to be 1 calcium and 2 chlorine. So let's go here. I'm going to make scribble. I'm going to make 1 calcium and 2 chlorine. I think I'm going to call that the calcium. Chlorines I'm still going to make as triangles. So 2 chlorines must be attached to that. Now I got to put the charges in my compound. So there is a chlorine. It's got a negative charge. I know it has a negative charge because it did in my last compound. It's not going to change. All right, it's chlorine and it comes with a -1 charge. That means the calcium must also have a +2 like the copper did. All right, so there's my +2 for calcium. Now this is neutral overall. It has no charge. I'm going to save and close. It's going to insert in that spot. You have to do one more thing. You have to tell me what the charges are. So calcium has a 2 plus. 2 plus. Wait, oops. Shift plus. Now you got to make that go up higher. So it's got to be a control, and actually, I think I need to backspace this and put it on a new line. So calcium, and it's got to be a 2 plus, and I need to go ahead and make this an exponent. So that's going to be control period. Then I have to write control period again so that my cursor gets bigger. And then I have to write chlorine, Cl. And I'm sorry, I don't want that charge on there when I write the, I'm sorry, I do. So let me just fix this. All right, and then chlorine happens to be a 1 minus. So chlorine has a 1 minus charge. I'm going to write that 1 minus. And then I am going to make that also as an exponent because we write the charges a little above. All right, and there is my 1 minus, control period again, so my cursor gets big. That is what you're going to write for your answers. Now, got to do potassium and chlorine. Well, 1 potassium this time and 1 chlorine. So what's the formula for that going to be? It's just going to be KNCl. All right, now I need to make the drawing. Particle drawing, go to insert, go to drawing, go to new. I'm going to make that particle drawing. Let's see, I'm going to make potassium. Oops, that's not going to do it. Need to go here, go to scribble. I need to go here. There's my square. I'm going to make a triangle for the chlorine. There it is. Chlorine is still a minus. That means this can only be a plus. All right. And now I can go ahead and insert it back in my drawing. There's my KCl, potassium chloride. And now you are going to have to go still write your potassium with a +1 charge or a 1 plus charge and chlorine with a 1 minus charge. And you're going to keep going on the worksheet like that. You can always figure out what the charges are because you always know one of their charges.